guys, welcome to lesson 2. I'm going to be recording this on a webcam this time, so the quality might be a little bit off, or the audio sync might be a little bit off, but hopefully that'll be okay. Alright, so I've been thinking about exactly where I'm going to go from the first lesson. Hopefully you guys have been doing the drills that I've been teaching you guys, just like the one, just that drill and then going back down. You have to realize that the drills are actually really important, so I really recommend that you do it every day, whether it be a warm-up drill or just when you first pick up a guitar, you're watching TV, just always be, just working on that, because it will just make your hands feel more comfortable with the guitar, and make your right and left hand more in sync, and just make lots of other things easier. I've been thinking about where I want to go from here, and I've been thinking about I can sort of head off in the electric guitar direction and start working on electrical guitar stuff and that sort of thing. Or I can stay and focus more on the classical, keep working on some finger picking and stuff like that. So I've decided that I'm sort of going to try and go both ways with it. So I'm going to try and integrate a little bit of both, so for the people who are playing electric guitar out there, they can have a little more fun. And the people who are actually playing classical guitar or acoustic guitar, they can have their fun too. And don't forget that you can usually apply each one to another, so you can still use fingerstyle on electric guitar. It's not like you can't do that. So okay, so I want to start out with this, just warming up our fingers. I want you to do the 1, 2, 3, 4 drill. Okay, so after a certain point, you want to start doubling it, so you can do 2 picks per note. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So it's gonna be. And then once you get good at that, then you can move on to 3s. And so on, and just go all the way up the neck. And once you're good at that, then you want to go on to 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, so that's going to basically warm up your hand, warm up your fingers, and just get your correlation in the right and left hand better. So after you do that drill, hopefully you're feeling a lot more comfortable with the guitar now. So I thought that we would move on into chords, because it seems like a very important aspect of guitars. A lot of people just want to learn chords, and that's all they'll ever learn, just how to play chords, and they'll just strum, and they'll actually pass off as a pretty good guitar player. So why don't we go ahead and learn some chords. They seem a little tricky at first. I know a lot of people have a lot of trouble switching. They'll be like, and they'll try and move to, let's say, G, and they're gonna, take it one at a time, nice and slow, and then try and find it. So they'll be playing a song and be strumming. And it's gonna be like that for a while until your hands just sort of naturally will just shift to which position your hands will sort of memorize it. So you just have to give it time and don't get frustrated with the chords. They're actually not too hard once you get the hang of them. So why don't I go ahead and teach you your first chord? It's just going to be a C chord. It's going to be open chord, which means it's going to be played with open strings. So let me tell you the finger. It's going to be a 3rd finger, and it's going to go onto the 5th string, 3rd fret. So it's going to be right there. So it's this string right here. And note that you're going to be using a 3rd finger right there. Alright? And the 2nd finger here is going to be on the 4th string, 2nd fret. So you want to think it's just like right there, and then it's next string, next fret. Right there. So those are those 2 fingers. And then the last finger that's going to be held down is your index finger, and that's going to go on the 2nd fret, the 2nd string, 1st fret. So right there. So you can see that. So let me show you. It's going to be here, here, and here. And when you first start, I mean, it should sound like this. But when you first start, a lot of people get like, or like a bit of a buzzing sound. Or you might get this muted sound. And what that just has to do with getting your fingers nicely curved and make sure they're not touching any other strings except the string that's supposed to be touching, so you can get a nice clean sound. So I want you to just hold the chord, try strumming a little bit, and then take your hand off and try and find it again. It's actually good practice to just see if you can find it quickly. It's going to be very important to find this quickly. Just almost make your hand memorize that shape. So if you're playing and I have to switch to C, your hands should just switch naturally. Alright, so now you've got your first chord down, C. I'm going to go ahead and teach you the next chord, which is G, and it's going to be the open chord position. And the way it's going to, well, some people will play it this way. That's never felt natural for me. Personally, I can still do it, it just doesn't feel natural. So the way, you can try it that way, I'll show you both ways. The way I play it is this way. So the way, this one, when you first try, it's going to feel really awkward. But once you get used to it, it's actually one of the fastest chords and easiest chords to change to. So here, let me show you the fingering. It's going to be, your first index finger is going to be on the 5th string, 2nd fret, right there. Alright, then your third finger, your middle finger, is going to be on the last 6th string on the 3rd fret. So it's going to be here, and then there. So there for now. And then it's going to be a bit of an awkward stretch when you try it the first time, but your third finger is going to be on the 3rd fret, but on the 1st string. So it's going to be there. So here, it's going to feel weird because this finger is going to be right on top of it there. And the second finger is going to be over here. Alright? And it should sound like this. Alright? And there's the G chord. So here's a little drill for you. Why don't you just try this? Take C and just switch to G. And switch back.